So welcome everybody. I am so excited to have my very, very first guest, on Purpose Driven Profit, the series for entrepreneurs. This is something that God laid on my heart to do a while ago, where I invite different entrepreneurs to come on and talk with me about their purpose, their drive, and their profit, what's working for them, and just to grow more awareness about more amazing purpose-driven business owners that you need to connect with. So I want to just start with Coach Stacy, She is an amazing client of mine, and also I would say friend at this point. She's an amazing, amazing lady. And she's also in my mentorship program that I have kicked off this year. So I want to kick it off by first saying welcome, Coach Stacy, to my brand new show. And you are my very, very first ever guest. So I just want you to tell the world, who you are and what you do.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much, Coach D, for allowing me to be here with you. It's such an amazing opportunity. I just love you so much. So you know that, and I appreciate you. So again, like Coach D said, I am Stacy Crawley. I am a motivational speaker, as well as a certified life coach. I love to call myself a mom empowerment coach because I love to empower moms to just do and be the very best versions of themselves. More specifically, I help busy moms to take charge of their emotional health, build their confidence, and transform their mindset so they can live a more happier, and more fulfilling life.
Yes, I love it. So I absolutely love what you do, Coach Stacy, because us moms, us women, we need somebody pulling for us. We need somebody in our corner. We need somebody just reminding us of, who we are, where we should be, what we should be striving for. So I absolutely love what Coach Stacy does, guys. So we're going to talk to Coach Stacy a little bit today about what drives her, what's the driving force behind her business, like what her why is. I know that it's some woman out there, just some entrepreneurs in general, who will benefit from what Coach Stacy has to say today. And I know that you will be inspired by what she has to say today. Because my thing is that entrepreneurship isn't the easiest thing that a person will ever do. And so it's very important to have coaches that can help you with your personal development, because that is a reflection of your business. Where you are personally is just a reflection of your business. So Coach Stacy, I just want to start with the first part. I want to ask you why. Why your business? Why is it so important that you reach moms in this way? Kind of tell us a backstory about your business. Why this?
Sure. Okay. So let me just preface this by saying I am a mom of 4 little girls. I guess as I go down, 7, 4, and 2-year-old twins. And I'm also married. And I also still work full time while doing my business on the side. So wow. A little backstory for me. And so I'll say how things kind of came about was after I had my middle child, I went through a period of, once I was on maternity leave, I was just like, hey, by the way, I'm an accountant by day, guys. So it's totally different from what I do, but I'll get into that in a second. But I never found a job that I felt that was just calling me. It was just like, I wake up every morning, I'm like, this is what I want to do. I'm excited. And so once I had my second daughter and I was able to go on maternity leave, it literally pushed me into the thought of okay, this can be it. I'm enjoying my daughter, but there has to be more, as I got closer to going back to work. And I said, okay, I need to do something for myself. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I started a business. This is my second business. So I actually started a bookkeeping business. And I figured it was a low hanging fruit, right? I'm an accountant. And so it just didn't bring the fulfillment that I was looking for. And so fast forward 2 years ago when I had my twins, I was in that same space again once I went on maternity leave, and God was just like, there's more, there's more to your life. There's more that I have for you. There's more of a purpose that I have for you. And so one day he sat me down and I was sitting down in my quiet time, and God was just like, do you remember when you said you wanted to be a speaker and a coach at 12 years old? Wow. And I was like, wait a minute, okay. And at this point I was going through really bad postpartum depression. And so he said to me, at what point are you going to see yourself the way I see you?
Wow.
Purpose, and I have a plan for your life. So I need to put you in position and stretch you. That's why you are where you are. And I need to stretch you to get to where I'm trying to get you to go. So that's my why. Well, that's how it came to be. And then my why is just executing the purpose in which God created for me to do.
Wow. So basically, he took you back to where you were as a child. Okay. And I believe that, Coach Stacy. And I mean, I often say that when you return to the things that you loved from your childhood, I feel like that's when you really return to like that creative space where you were actually doing the things that brought you joy because you were playing.
Yes.
And I think that when we're younger, those gifts just become naturally to us. Like my daughter, for instance, my youngest cooks. She loves to cook. She loves to stand over the stove. As long as she could talk or recognize, she's been wanting to taste this and break open the eggs. And she's still to this day, she's 5 years old going on 6, and she asks to put on cooking shows. And my other daughter's always been very athletic, loves to flip. Right. And these are the things that she loves to do as a child. So it wouldn't surprise me if when they get older, they return, to some of those things. So that's amazing. So you already had this vision within you when you were 12. So is there anything that you want to add to that part?
Yeah, I think the more I thought about who I wanted to help, once I actually started getting into motion and just hearing those questions, is of course the 5 foundational questions from Coach D when we worked together. I had a chance to really think about it. And I said, moms are just dear to my heart. Of course, I am a mom, but more than that, I feel like we play so many roles in our lives. And so I just feel like, we're always doing something. And I feel like even though we're moms and wives, that's just the beginning of who we are, just the beginning. And there's so much more to us. And a lot of times we tend to allow the obstacles of the challenges of navigating motherhood to kind of put a lot of things on the back burner, put our dreams on the back burner, put our purpose on the back burner. But we can still do those things, and it's possible,
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that, I know a lot of moms that just literally just live through their children. And I mean, that's the end. They're like, oh, the things that I want to do, I can just do it later. Mm-hmm. I can just get to a lot of these goals and dreams I have in my heart later because my kids come first. And don't get me wrong, kids are extremely important. We love them. They are amazing. However, they will grow up and they will go on to their own lives. And, we still have to be mindful of our own talents and gifts and purpose and things that we need to do. So I agree. I totally agree, Coach Stacy. So the second question would be, what drives you every day? Like, what is the driving force behind? And you may have answered a little bit, with the first, question, but I know that, we're not always motivated to get up and do what we do, especially in your case where you are a full-time mom, as well as a full-time entrepreneur, as well as you work full-time in accounting as well. So you have all these things going on. I mean, why not just give up? Like, what drives you to continue doing specifically this every single day?
I'll say it's 2 things. One is my daughters, because when I think of them, I think of legacy. And I think of them seeing their mom and seeing how, like, whatever they want to do is possible. No matter the obstacle, no matter what's going on, I want them to see that mommy actually did something to impact other people's lives. Mommy actually did something, even in the midst of the chaos, and she couldn't go as fast as she wanted to, but she was still doing it at the pace in which God allowed her to. So I wanted them to see that. The second thing I'll say is, when I think of that mom, that I guess not necessarily my ideal client, but I guess I'll say my ideal client, who is Angela. There are times where I picture Angela sitting on the floor in the kitchen, crying.
Wow.
In the corner of herself, secretly. She doesn't want other people to see what's going on with her, because she doesn't necessarily think that they will understand. So I want to be able to fix her crown.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to go over and pull her arms up and look at her and let her know that everything's going to be okay. And so what drives me every single day to get up and to do this, even in the midst of all that I have going on, is to just impact at least that one mom, so that she knows that she's destined for more, that her life is valuable, and that she's here for a purpose.
Wow. I mean, I think it's phenomenal that in every area of our lives that we may possibly ever struggle with, it's almost like, well, it's not almost like, it's God's got you.
Yes.
So, I'm sure that there are a lot of moms out here who may even stumble across this interview and may listen into this, didn't know you existed, didn't know a service like this existed, didn't know help and a support system like this existed. So they just thought that they had to struggle through this time of their lives by themselves. And I think that it's encouraging to know that this exists.
Yeah.
Like for every struggle that you have, there is someone special out there who has been, purposed to help you through it, right? Because I think I shared with you before, Coach Stacy, back when I was throwing dishes, I had postpartum and I was all alone. I just felt like no one understood, me and what I was going through. And I didn't feel like I had permission, from others, or the understanding from others to have that time. I wish I knew you or knew that you existed, or that this service existed, so that I could hook up with other women who can understand. I think it's super important. So definitely, guys, if you are listening into this and this resonates with you and you can relate to something that's being said, definitely drop us some comments below, and just let us know. And I'll definitely be coming back and monitoring those comments once this posts. Okay, so your profit. We want to get to the profitable part of your business, because I know that a lot of people out there have businesses. They want to follow their heart. They want to follow their passion. They feel like they're being spiritually led to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do. The question would be the profit piece. What tips can you give, or what can you share? What are you doing that's working for you? Are there any struggles that you had along making your passion profitable that you want to share? That kind of thing.
It's so many things, but I'll start with one. One was my mindset. I know that when I came to work with you, and I still have my hangups. I mean, we all have our hangups, doubting ourselves because this is something new, going from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset is definitely different. And I think it comes with trusting yourself, trusting God, trusting his lead and direction in your life. And you definitely solidified that for me and taught me to just listen to my heart, listen to what God is telling me. And so that helped me with my mindset. I think the mindset is what drives you. So if you are in a lack mindset, then you're going to only have lack. But if you're in a good mindset and you're moving towards something, and you may not be where you want to be, but if you are constantly speaking those things into existence and manifesting them, then you will eventually, those things will come to fruition when it's your time. And so for me, definitely my mindset around just my mindset around money, my mindset around just my decisions, my business, and just accepting that where I am and where I'm going is definitely dependent on how I think and what moves I'm making, right? And so for me, I realized that I think being more visible has definitely helped me. With my profitability. I mean, I'm actually having people reaching out to me. I want you to do this paid campaign, for a postpartum depression study for other moms. I want to make you an expert, subject matter expert. I'm going to interview you and I'm going to pay you to do it. There's other things. I had my one of my high ticket clients. Then I had another one that I had worked with. And so it's like, yes, I just started my business, just really got into my business in June of 2019. So just the ability piece of, just getting out there and just doing it afraid, just feeling the fear and just doing it anyway, and you just know, and taking, this is huge for me. And we talked about this. Progress over perfection.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. That's something I had to learn, and I'm still working through it because I'm a perfectionist, and that's just who I am. I'm a high achiever. Transparent moment. I'm a high achiever, perfectionist. That's all, that's me. But I had to realize, like, if I continue to think like, oh my God, it has to be perfect, it's never going to get out there. Because nothing's ever perfect, right?
Yes.
So I just need to do it, get it out there, and get it to the people that need it. So
yes, so I hope that you guys are like taking this in, taking you some notes, all that good stuff, because there were several key points that were mentioned here. Number one, just realizing that when it's your time for certain things. And that doesn't affect your ability to, or shouldn't affect your willingness to show up and serve. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, you never know who's watching. Mm-hmm. So when you show up and serve out of the heart of service, this particular time may not result in sales. The next particular time may not necessarily result in sales, but every time you give, you are filling up the offering plate. Okay. Mm-hmm. And eventually that thing is going to overflow, and you are going to be the first beneficiary of those blessings when it starts to overflow. You know that scripture that says, give and it'll come back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Just going back to that scripture for those of you who are Bible, into the Bible, that scripture is on point because that is true. When you start to, let's just say you take an empty jar and you start to continue to press or push dollar bills into that jar, eventually it gets a little challenging, right? To keep pressing the money into that jar because it's starting to fill up, it's starting to expand, right? And then once it fills to capacity, it has no choice but to run over. And that's similar to how I look at business. If you continue to put coins in the jar, dollars in the jar by showing up and serving with no real expectation other than to serve, be obedient, be a blessing, over time, especially, of course, you need to have your offers in place and all that kind of stuff, right? Over time, what happens is that jar starts to run over, and it starts to run over, and it just starts to run over. And after a while, you're in the overflow.
Absolutely.
You're in the overflow constantly, okay, of those blessings that you have put in. You begin to reap the results. And when you reap the results, so does everyone else connected to you. So it's a beautiful thing. I think that if we could grasp that earlier on in business and get visible and show up and serve, because once again, we never know who's watching, it just becomes this amazing experience. Coach Stacy, there are some days I literally just look at my business and I just weep because I can't believe that I've ever questioned the process. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't believe I ever questioned this. This is so beautiful. And I'm really starting to see, what this is supposed to look like and who it's affecting and who it's changing. And this is amazing. I could have never imagined this. I can't believe I ever questioned this. Yes. So that is, y'all, that was fire. I absolutely love it. So, okay. So share your experience with just throw in a few things about the mentorship program. We've all started working together. As of this interview, we're at the end of January 2021. So I took a group of some amazing ladies into a mentorship program. And me and Stacy, Coach Stacy, have actually worked together before. This isn't her first time working with me, but so far working in, but share your experience so far.
I have to say, goodness, like we literally just started and I'm just like blown away already. I mean, just the level of clarity that I've gotten in 3 weeks, Coach D. It's crazy. And it feels good to know that I'm on the right path. But then for you to say, listen, you're doing a great job. However, go deeper. I know it's in you. And I love that about you. I love that. Like I tell you all the time, like, give it to me straight, no chaser. Okay, just straight. All right. Because all it's going to do is just continue to help me to grow and to, ascend and thrive in whatever it is God that has for me. So and especially, let me just say this. The ladies in the group, I think that the women that came into the group, to me, it was like, okay, God, you put this group together.
Yes.
Because I feel the energy. I feel, when we are sending each other things and asking for feedback on what we're doing, and there's no sense of judgment or anyone you're afraid to put anything in there because you're not sure if the other person's going to say ill, just something crazy.
Right.
It feels like a sisterhood already, which is crazy to me. But I mean, it can't really be that crazy because look at the, look at the, what am I trying to say? What do I want to call you? Not the founder. I'm trying to think of a word. It'll come to me. Okay. The visionary. Okay. So look at the visionary, Coach D. So you put this together, you and Guy. And so I'm just saying it's been amazing so far. And I just cannot wait let me use your words. I can't wait to birth my babies.
Yes. Yes. You're right, Coach. I mean, thank you so much for that feedback about the group. I really appreciate you and all your words. And this group is definitely a spirit group here. This is a spirit group. This program is a spirit program. Just the way that it came about, just the way that it launched, or not really launched, just the way it just kind of came about. And then all of you ladies just came into it just very easily. No push, no pull, just I'm in. This is what I need. And I think that it's just so much flow with this group. I mean, I've had several other programs, but this one is very special, and I can just tell it's all new energy. Okay, 2021 is about all new, it's about all new energy, and this program is definitely that. So, Coach Stacy, thank you so much for joining me. We have hit the end, so at the end, I just want to open the floor for you to share any last words. If you have any questions for me, I'm here to answer them. But if not, you can use this opportunity just to share any last things that you wanted to share with anybody that's maybe listening.
Yeah, I don't have any questions for you. I will save those. I can't think of anything at the moment. I always have questions, by the way, so that's pretty rare. So, but I do want to say again, thank you. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you. And I just want to let other moms out there to know that this service is available for you. If you're looking for a life coach, a mom empowerment coach, someone that's going to help you and to walk alongside you and guide you to your happiness, guide you to your place of fulfillment so that you can show up for yourself and your family the way God intended for you to. I'm here. So that's all.
Where can everyone find me? Because under this video, I will be tagging in Coach Stacy and her information so that you can just click and land right on her pages or profiles or wherever she wants to lead you. But just to say it out loud, where can people find you, Coach Stacy?
Sure. Everybody can find me at Stacy S. Crawley on Instagram as well as on Facebook. And I also have a YouTube channel, Stacy S. Crawley as well. And I'm trying to think, I think that's pretty much it. And my website is www.stacyscrawley.com.
Okay, awesome, Coach Stacy. Well, thank you so much again, beautiful. I really, truly appreciate you. I definitely think that this is an amazing divine connection. I'm grateful that I've met you for more reasons than one. So when your clients turn into friends, it's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. So amazing. So guys, be sure to connect with Coach Stacy. I'm going to put all of her information below. So if you are a mom out there that needs this service, Coach Stacy is a beautiful spirit. She knows her stuff, and she can get you from point A to point Z. So be sure to connect with her, and all of her information will be below, guys. So until next time, continue to be purposeful, profitable, and continue to allow that purpose to drive you into your greatest success in life. So be blessed, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.